Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I have an amazing young comedian named Larry Haney with me today. Larry, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Scott. Thanks for having me on today, man. I've been
Don't give me
watching.
that bullshit. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't. Listen, well, see, you're in New Mexico.
I'm in New Mexico. Yes, sir.
I'm making my way around all the 50 states. This is first one from New Mexico.
Nice. It's good to be
Well,
on.
and tell the people because we just met like 2 minutes ago.
Right.
I think this is your first podcast.
This is my absolute first podcast. You are correct.
Now, if it sucks, it's all your fault.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with that. That's all on me. If I stink, let me know.
Oh no, no, no.
If I smell bad, let me know. You guys kick
Nah,
me
you
right on
smell
out of here.
great. You look great. You look
You
like a
smell
million damn
great.
dollars.
You feeling good.
You look good. I
Uh,
bet you can't wait till tomorrow.
oh, absolutely. I
You get
can't.
better looking every day, right?
I age like fine wine. I try hard. I snooze hard. Hey Scott, do you mind if I start with a shout out to my mother, Maggie
No.
Sue Wheeler? If it wasn't for her, I would not be in comedy. She's stuck on this like a gnat at a barbecue, like a pesky mosquito until
Say
I
say
got.
say it again. Start because I think I kind of talked over it. Who do you want? Who's your mother? What's her
Yeah,
name?
my mother, Maggie Sue Wheeler. I just wanted to give her a shout out because boy, she's
Absolutely.
persistent. And if it wasn't for her, I would have. This has been my dream for my entire life, and without her, boy,
Wow.
she made it happen. So
God bless Maggie Sue
Wheeler, yes, sir.
Maggie Sue Wheeler.
Yeah.
Well, you jumped ahead there, damn it.
No,
Were you
sorry.
born and raised in New Mexico?
I was actually in a little bitty
Okay.
town, Clovis, New
Yeah,
Mexico.
Clovis. I have Clovis written down.
Right. Yes, sir.
You love it.
No, absolutely not. I don't. I wouldn't say that. That's that. Now you're jumping the gun. No, I don't love it. It's a population of 40,000 very cranky people, and then
Okay.
none of them are happy. So no job market, no job market. Everyone's
All right.
paycheck, and we got a lot of dairies, so they stink the place up. That's why I'm telling you, if
Yeah.
I stink, you need to let me know.
Okay. Well, I'm in York, Pennsylvania. We got cows,
Okay.
and you go by in the summertime, and woo,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you smell the excitement.
Oh yeah, boy howdy. If you're not from the area, boy, you smell it hard.
Boy, howdy.
Boy
Well,
howdy.
let's go to comedy. Besides your mom, you started doing stand up 5 years ago. Was what you
I
told me.
did. I did. I
That's
entered
cool,
a competition in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
right?
It was called Laughing at Ya Comedy Competition,
I'll
and
mention it.
I didn't even go past the first round, but
Okay.
I I got my feet wet and I got in there and I was nervous as all get out, but hey, here we are. So
5 years. No, brother, look, because I want to keep going. Was there a catalyst? You mentioned your mother, but was there something that you know
uh
knocked, that knocked you in the ass and said, I want to do comedy?
yeah,
Besides,
I'd been wanting to do it my entire life, and
okay,
finally, I just one of my friends had told me about the contest, and I said, you know what, if not now, then when? And so
right.
I finally decided, let's just do it, and I forced myself up on that stage, and I did my 3 minutes, and I got out of there, and and
What
then that
was
was
what Larry? What was the first time like?
it was like when you first start a job and you don't realize how like easy the job is on the other side. You think there's more to the job than there
Right.
is. And then you get into the job and you're like, oh, people are doing this. This is great. So I got
Yeah.
on stage and I was like, oh, you can put your nerves aside. It's just talking. It's fine. They're not here to the crowd's not here to eat you. They
Yeah.
wanna they wanna be with you. So
Right. Okay.
that's pretty good.
Um. Next thing I have is a favorite gig in
Favorite
5 years.
gig.
You have a favorite show you've done so far,
I
and then you
do.
probably know what the follow up question is.
Right.
The
Worst.
worst gig. Yeah.
Worst
Okay.
gig.
So
Right.
start with the
Okay.
favorite.
Okay. So favorite would have to be my first actual show that I was a part of here in Portales. I did at Uncle Mike's, the stage, and that was me finally finding out. how to write jokes, how to get up on stage and deliver it, get on those open mics beforehand to like polish the craft and get in there before and to take something serious and have a deadline, before I had to do it. And that show went over well. It was great. It was a great show, great experience. Everything went good. I got a nice tip at the end of the show. I think I was the only comedian that got paid, which was pretty cool.
What was her name?
What was her?
I said, what was her name?
What was her name?
Oh, Tip, you got money. I thought you got...
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
But
no, but okay. And I find that ironic. Your favorite gig of all time was your first one. Tell me about the least favorite gig.
My least favorite gig had to have been an open mic, I think, that I was doing over in Lubbock, Texas. I had kind of crafted my jokes towards more of like a Portales, like small town, older folk kind of crowd. And then I took those same jokes to College Central, Lubbock, Texas, with the Red Raiders, big university. And I'm telling these
you got eaten alive.
Jokes. Right. I'm getting eaten. And I'm in front of 22 other comedians. That's my whole audience. It's 22 other comedians. So it was awesome. I did my set. I did what I could, but at the same time, I died inside. So
okay. Well, that answers the next question. You kind of jumped ahead there again. Damn it! Stop doing that. Thank you. Because you mentioned Texas. You say New Mexico is where you're based.
Right.
Have you been, going around in 5 years out, all over the place?
Yes, I've been traveling around all through, mainly where I can reach free. My work schedule only allows me to go out to so many. And then with the open mics and stuff that they've got going on, they try to do them during the week because they do real shows on the weekends.
Right.
It's kind of hard for me to get out to them, but when I can, and I do, I force myself out there. I've become a real bully in my own mind. I make myself do it. So,
well, you sound real driven, and maybe it's time. Give us a little bit. Do a couple bits. What do you think?
Okay. So I've been teaching my son recently that we need to be more positive and build people up instead of tearing them down. Right. So we're putting away groceries in the kitchen, and I find a bag of groceries that didn't get put away. And I look at my son, I say, how did we miss this bag? And he says, because my sister's retarded. And I said, no, we need to go the other way, remember? And he said, oh, because I'm retarded?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, keep going. I'm along for the ride. Keep going. Okay. You did a double retarded to start with, so we're off to
it's a good pasta here. Let's see. I seen
as dark as you want, brother.
I seen a homeless man, and he was yelling at a fly, and he said, "You bitch ass fly! There's other fucking places to land than my fucking hand, you bitch!" And then I said, so that's what I look like to other people when I'm shouting in the street. That's great. And then we've got
we did double retarded and homeless. Keep going.
Double retarded and homeless.
Double retarded and homeless.
I believe that "Go Fuck Yourself" was created for sure by a woman. It had to have been. Because if you think about it, her and her man, they get into an argument. And she's like, yeah, well, why don't you go fuck? And then there's a pause. And she thinks to herself, oh, no, this could be interpreted as permission. So she says, yourself, you motherfucker, why don't you go fuck yourself? And there you have it.
There you go. Do you know there's a old George Carlin line? I don't know if do you know that from that every time I hear that?
No.
I have tried to be both a mother and a father to you. Well, then go fuck yourself.
That's hilarious. That's great.
I love it. That's an old George Carlin line.
I love George Carlin.
Are you a big fan of comedians? Can you tell me some of your favorite comedians?
Yeah, Louis C.K., Louis Anderson.
Oh my God, yeah, I get compared
Yeah.
to Louis Anderson all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you make me
Yeah,
feel
I
so
get compared to
comfortable
Louis.
because I feel
Bad
like
teeth,
I'm
and fat. Yeah, that's me.
yeah, I'm talking straight to Louis. Thank goodness you're still
You
around.
fucking here, asshole. You want to see my Louis Anderson impression?
I would love to. Oh no, that's a terrible one. You need some worms in there eating at you. You
There you go.
need some
You
worms.
just made that Louis Anderson up just to fuck with me.
I did. I did.
Well,
He's
go
a
ahead,
great
keep
guy.
going. Do another bit or two. My God, we covered retarded people. We covered a homeless, and you have a good crippled joke. Do a little crippled
Do I,
something.
do I have a? I have a.
I'm just,
Okay.
hey, you go. You piss off who you want. I'm
I
just here along for the ride.
let's see. I've got one for. Let me see what I've got here. Hold
Here, I'll
on.
tell you what I'll do. How about this one? I just
Okay.
recorded this one earlier. I
Okay.
went to an Ethiopian restaurant.
Uh
All they gave me was an empty plate.
huh. Starving ass Ethiopians, man.
Yeah.
You can't trust them. They're constantly starving. You can't trust a
Here, I'll
starving.
double down like the retarded for you. What do Ethiopians do at night?
Uh,
Starve. They starve.
they do what they always do.
Where's
Starve.
the food?
Yeah, they say yeah, they
They
run around
dream of food.
they run around bugging for my 10 cents a day.
Bugging for my 10 cents a day.
That's what yeah, feed the whole
Boy,
crowd.
I'll tell you what, we're both going to hell, by the way. We're both
Absolutely.
going to
You
hell.
know we are.
Yeah. You coming up for air or you got another bit?
I got a
It's up
bit.
to
Let's
you.
do
We,
one.
we keep
Okay.
going. I got some stuff written down.
So I've got some stuff written down. Okay, so I
No,
took a
I
Brazilian
have, I mean, I got a safety net here. I'll pull us out of the drudges once you run us back in.
one. You know I'm going to. I
I
can't
know
steer
you
this thing to
are.
save my life.
I'm
Uh,
prepared.
let's see. So I eat a lot of Taco Bell, and
Okay.
when I get to Taco Bell, they've gotten to where they ask me, "Would you like to round up to the next dollar?" Right. And at this point in the transaction, I pretend that I can't hear them. And I
Right.
say, "What's that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you." And they say, please pull forward to the window. Please pull forward to the window. But I don't. Right. So I
Right.
tell them, "You're going to have to come outside. You're going to have to come outside." So when they finally get outside, I tell them, "Can you read me the name of the place we're at?" And they say, "Yeah, Taco Bell." And I say, "Yeah, Taco Bell." Do I look like I've got rounding up money? Do I look like I've got student success money? I don't even have money for food. That's why I'm here.
That's great. That's great. You keep going. You got another. I love it. That's great material.
Great stuff. Okay.
What I love about it, let me just say
Go
this.
ahead.
When you come down the pipes like that, I was talking to somebody last night about that. You know, if you're talking and you're over here and that's what, but when you come down the pipes, man, you're chewy. That last bit, I never saw that coming. The Taco Bell.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Great setup. Great bit.
Thanks.
No, I
Appreciate it.
mean it. Go ahead. Do another one.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
I've never been on a plane, which makes
Okay.
it really awkward for me whenever I try to feed my son when he was an infant. I would try to do the whole airplane coming in, but I've never been on one, so I don't know what sounds they make. So I'm all, I don't know. Excuse me. Excuse.
I'd pay money just to hear you do that again.
If I
I'm
could do
not
that,
kidding you. Can you do that again?
oh yeah, I'll tear this place up. Put some sweet and
That
sour on me, baby.
is,
I'll do it.
my God.
Yeah,
If I was
yeah.
around you, my friend, I'd have you doing that every 2 minutes. Do it again. Do it
Sometimes I got to cry myself to sleep, and I practice.
again. It's one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen.
That's good. That's good.
Is that an impression of because which kind of, I don't want to get serious because you're making me laugh so hard, but did that voice and that come from an inspiration, something that happened to you?
That literally just got made up this second for me to have a voice other than anything that sounds like a plane. Every
Well,
time I get on
you
stage,
know what it
I do it
reminded me
different.
of, and I'm probably getting in trouble, but reminded me of an angry Asian woman.
Right. Well, yeah, that's
Just
enough. That actually leads me into another story. And if I could give
pissed
this
off at
story,
a Chinese lady.
yes, it involves a Chinese lady, and
A
she's
pissed
wonderful.
off Chinese lady.
So we're in the middle of a Chinese restaurant, right? And we're
Right.
sitting there eating, and we hear this banging, 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 banging on the back door, and we don't understand what's going on. I think it's like a crackhead just being obnoxious
Yeah.
in the alley doing his thing, and we
Right.
just keep hearing it, bang, 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 to the point where everyone in the restaurant is kind of scared. Nobody knows what's going on. So finally, we see the the people that work at the restaurant. They go and they open the bathroom door, and some Chinese lady has locked herself in the bathroom, and she's saying, "Oh, I lock in the bathroom. I lock in the bathroom." She's so upset, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time, bathrooms locked from the inside. They don't lock. They don't. How did she lock herself in? Right? I'm just. Oh, I lock in the bathroom. I lock in the. She was so upset, man. So tore up. And I just. It's one of the best stories. Oh, I love it.
And I was going to ask, is that a true story there in New Mexico? You went to a Chinese
Absolutely.
restaurant? No shit.
Absolutely. Yes,
Oh
sir.
my
In Vegas, New
God.
Mexico. Yeah, it was awful.
What was, and you're married, right? Was your wife there?
No, my mother was there. My
Oh, your
mother.
mother was there. Okay.
Yeah, and she was
What was
laughing.
mom? What was mom like?
Oh, she's laughing. I've made so many people pee their pants, and my mom would probably be the number one person I've made pee in their
Oh
pants.
God,
Yeah,
that's
she's a big
wonderful.
comedy fan. So
Oh yeah. Do you want to mention? Did she do comedy? Back in the
no,
day.
no, but she should have. She doesn't
Yeah.
understand that she's hilarious, but she's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you are cracking me up. I got written down. You're very biteable. You people like to bite you.
yeah, I am. I've had a lot of. I had a friend that used to bite me when we used to go out on the trampoline, and I also
Yeah.
had a nephew that used to bite me until I would bleed. So yeah,
Yeah. I saw that.
I would say so. I would say I'm very biteable.
And you took some jujitsu classes, I think.
I did. I took some.
I just write down stuff, man.
Yeah. Well,
Don't get it. And I also heard you tried out for OnlyFans.
I did. I did.
Well, let's start with jujitsu. What happened with the jujitsu class?
Well, the jujitsu, I was seeing a whole lot of fights online, and so I
Right.
decided that I needed to get into something to defend myself. So I got into the class, and just about as soon as I got in the class, it was balls on face. So it was like before I could get the gi on to warm up, guys were already like testing out where they were going to set their balls. You know what
Oh,
I mean? Like they were like, "Oh, I'm going to put
oh,
my balls right there," And
oh.
then the other guy was like, "Well, you wait, man. I'm going to have my butthole right there." See, so now we've got a combo going. Now we got a dirty little filthy combo going. And guess who's in the middle of it? My mouth and my nose. All in it, right? So I stopped going to that just
I was gonna
about.
say how many classes did you take?
Well, I didn't get the gi on. You see, how do you take the class when you can't even get in the outfit before you quit? You see?
Oh man. Oh my God. Well, what else you got for me, my friend? Tell me, um, besides favorite comedians and stuff, would you like to do this? It sounds to me that you really put the pedal down now that this is what you want to do.
This is absolutely 100% what I
Okay.
want to do. You're right.
You have I got a little sidetrack there, and I love this name, by the way, Jokimon on YouTube. No, that's a great name, Jokimon, Jok. They'll play on Pokemon.
Right.
That's comedy gold. And my question was, do you have, Instagram, TikTok? Are you doing any of those besides?
I'll put out reels every now and then on Facebook, but
Right.
and then I'll cut my sets down and put them out on
Right.
YouTube and things like that. But
Yeah.
as of right now, I don't really have a real social media presence. I mean,
Yeah.
I've just got. I'm so
Well,
little.
I think, my friend, I think that's one area that and I've said to myself, I'm not going to bring it up, but it seems to be the common denominator now.
Yeah.
You said you watched a batch of these.
Right.
You've got your young TikTok, Instagram,
Right.
and then you've got your stand-up comedians.
Right.
I just did one yesterday with a young man from Delaware, and he said, "I'm going to do it right, man. I'm not doing that TikTok bullshit or Instagram. I'm going to do stand-up comedy."
Right.
And he's doing what you're doing, cutting down the live performances, doing reels,
Right.
and he doesn't want to do it that way.
Right.
Where other people that are just, I'm doing one with a girl, young lady coming up this week, and she's I've done a couple of them where they're just digital, content creators, and I we better move on.
I think it's a lot based on what you are. If you're a actual natural funny person that can transition that to the stage, and you can have a dominant presence on social media that gets people in the seats, do it. But if you're just a social media creator, a content creator that can't transition it to the stage, you have no reason, you have no business having a stage. You have your stage. Your stage is YouTube, right? Like you shouldn't be transitioning to that to stand up. So I think it goes both ways. Both things can be true. You can do both, I think.
Okay. Well, listen, do another story or two, and then we got to get to your comedy minute. We're going to run out of time.
Okay, let's see.
You pick whatever you want. I mean, like I said, for those of you scoring at home, we did a double retard, a homeless, keep going.
A Filipino, a Jew. Let's get in there, boys.
We did an Asian woman locked in the bathroom.
Let's get funky. There's a
Chinese lady. We still got enough time to hit a few more. Oh, Jesus, there, listen there, meathead. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but you are one dumb Polak.
That's correct.
I covered the Polish.
That's exactly. We got them covered as well. Let's see. I had a buddy growing up that his mother was a very strong woman. She was a butcher at a meat market, so she was extremely tough. And she had a mullet, like real good, right? Like a real good mullet, right? So we would call her Sam. Her name was Michelle, but we would call her Sam. Sick ass mullet, right? Sick ass. And so her son, his name was Matthew, but we would call him Sawsome, son of a sick ass mullet, right? and at night we would stay the night at his house, and he would have like these birthday parties and whatever, and we would lay there, and he had this cat. So we would take his cat and we'd get it real. So this cat was like real fucking easy to get mad, right? So easy that you just had to look at it. So we would put effort into it, right? We'd rustle this fucking we'd grab his head and just kind of shake him a little bit and get him real fucking mad. Nothing, crazy, but we'd get him fucking mad. And then we'd just throw him on our buddy, right? While he's trying to sleep. And he'd get fucked up every time. It was the best, dude. We used to have fun. One time my buddy, I threw the cat on him, right? My buddy gets hit for it, takes off his flexible, flimsy flip-flop and starts beating my friend with it. Oh, it was the best. It was absolute best.
While you were talking, I wanted to mark off cats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got cats.
We pissed off that cat. You should have seen that damn cat.
Boy.
That cat was ready to kill everybody.
He was ready. He was ready to kill.
Oh my God. And you know what? Cats don't fuck around.
No, they don't.
Cats don't fuck around.
I had a yellow cat take a piece of.
I don't like cats. I hate them little bastards.
Yeah. I lost a chunk of my toe to a cat. I did, and I was just petting him. I pet.
Get out of here.
If you pet their belly, some cats will get ferociously homicidal, and they'll just take out your toe. Just a little chunk of it, though. It's okay. Then you have to have your bigger sister put the cat out the window because you're terrified of it. This all happened.
You know what, Larry? I'm telling you, I don't know whether to believe you got 9 toes. I don't know. I think you got enough time to run through a few more.
Let's see.
Do you ever put a dog in a dryer?
No, but I have put a small child in a dryer. You're right.
Okay, yeah. I believe that.
Yes.
That I do believe.
Tumble dry. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good get them to sleep early medicine.
How about a frog in a blender? You ever put a frog in?
Let's see. No.
Okay.
No. But a boy that I was growing up with had a terrarium, and on the 4th of July one time, he took frogs and put them in the terrarium and then set off smoke bombs with the frogs. What an evil piece of shit. But we are what we are, you know?
How many of the frogs made it?
I don't think of one of them. I think he killed them all.
Golly.
But he did bring fish back to life once. One time we were at the lake and we caught a big thing of fish and we left them out in it too long, so they all died. And then we poured them back in the pond and they were all dead. And then he touched the water and they all came to life. So I might be friends with Jesus. I don't know what's going on. You tell me. You're the one.
Did you know silly joke I did this week about the guy takes his fish to the vet?
Oh, Lord, no.
And he says, my fish is epileptic. The vet looks in, there's nothing wrong with your fish. He said, well, wait till I get him out of the water.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I love that joke. Love that joke. Simple joke.
I've been on a beaver joke kick. I don't know why, but I've been coming up with beaver jokes left.
Damn. Yeah, it all comes down to damn.
Yeah. It all exactly. Yeah, except for one. I've got one.
Okay, you got well, now wait. God knows. Here we go. Here goes beaver pussy. I'll bet you money you got a beaver pussy joke.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
A teacher, she's doing a roll call, right? And so she gets to the black beaver and she says, I'm to assume your name is Beaver Black. And the beaver says, yes, ma'am. And she goes on and she gets to the brown beaver. And she says, I'm to assume your name is Beaver Brown. And he says, right. Yes, ma'am. And she moves on. And she gets to the white beaver and she says, I'm to assume your name is Beaver White. And he says, no, bitch, my name's Beaver Cleaver. Don't you fucking watch TV?
That's great stuff, man.
Yeah.
You're a really funny guy.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
No, man, I tell you what, and I'm being sincere here. I'm hoping that you have a great time here and that you will come back.
Absolutely.
In other words, a couple months from now, I'd love to have you back on and see how you're making out.
Absolutely. You're my first podcast.
I do think, and again, we're just meeting, but I worked in the music business. Right. And I worked with a lot of big stars. Right. And there are kids just as talented that live right down the block. But right. It's all about getting exposure and people, finding out who Larry Haney is. And right. Man, I'll tell you what, you're impressing the hell out of me. You're a funny guy. God,
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
And you said in the description when you contacted me about I'm best with, stories and sitting down and, that kind of humor, because your stories are just incredible.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
And are they based, I'm going to guess a lot of them are based on reality.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the best place to pull. Yeah.
That's where the humor's the best. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I hear that Joe Scirocco's been on. All of his stories are, I don't know if you saw Joe, but he's 60 some years old, and he started doing comedy. And he talks about first time he picked up a prostitute in Atlantic City. And right. I mean, they're all stories that, and he's funny as hell. My God.
Right. Well, I just actually flew in from Vegas, and boy, are my arms tired. Not from flying. I took a plane, but I stabbed a hooker to death. And boy, that shit should be an Olympic sport. You want to talk about getting exhausted. Nothing gets you more exhausted than a good old hooker deathing.
Now, for those of you at home, this man, cats, retarded. Now we're on it all. I do this joke all the time. What's black and blue? It doesn't like to have sex.
Oh God.
The woman locked in my basement.
Oh God.
There you go.
I think that's a dead body at this point.
Yeah, there's shit down there. I don't know. There's no light down there.
Yeah, who knows?
I just throw shit down to her under the door.
Just under the door. Keep feeding the mold. It'll be fine.
Well, my friend, we're going to run out of time, and I don't want to run out of time without your comedy minute. But okay. I do want to thank you because, man, you made my night. You're really funny. I can't wait to see you again, or see more of your stuff because. and I'll just say this. I don't want to, but the stuff that I'm seeing or that I only had a few minutes to look today
Right.
doesn't represent at all what you are. Because, man, you are hilarious.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm
think
still trying to get it to transfer to the stage. I'm trying to
Well, yeah.
build my confidence.
That may take some time, but I think you're going to do really well, Larry. I really do. Well, let's do it, my friend. Your Comedy Minute, Larry Haney. Have at it, buddy.
Okay. I'm going to give you the story of when me and my mother, we were heading back from Midland, Texas.
Okay.
And we seen a yellow mop bucket, the big industrial mop buckets like they would use at Walmart or a school or whatever, right? And we see this mop bucket in the center of the highway. And as soon as we see it, I look at my mother and I said, well, that fucking janitor wasn't going in today, was he? and I start, and from the time I start going for 2 full hours, I'm really beating this subject to death, right? About this janitor, and I'm fuck you motherfuckers, you want your fucking throw up cleaned up, bitch, you go get your own motherfucker. I'm doing all this shit. I've got her laughing to death, right? I think we're gonna die because she's driving, so I think we're gonna die. And I think in that moment is like really when my mom got behind me in comedy. She's always seen it my whole life. She's always known, that I'm funny, whatever.
Right.
But that's always the story she references. She's like, you can make a mop bucket funny for 2 hours. Like there's nothing you can't do in this world. Like you can do this. You can do this. And so like I love that story because it just means a lot to me. It's the point, I think, where she really, and that's where she became the mosquito that that was going to make sure that I was out there, that I got up on stage.
Well, having somebody believe in you like that, my mother unfortunately passed, but I used to do the same thing. Yeah. My mother would be like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, Scott." My mother used to say, well, she did not even have me. She said the bird shipped me out and the sun hatched me. She would be so embarrassed. Because I remember like Thanksgiving, I'd come home for Thanksgiving and I'd start telling people, because I would just say random shit just to say shit.
Right.
And I would say, we don't have a turkey at my house. We have a 33-pound emu. We're cooking up. Oh, Scott, don't tell people that.
Yeah.
Or I'd walk up to some lady, I'd say, man, that's a beautiful hat. Scott, that hat is ugly as hell. I used to just enjoy this shit because having your mother and the reactions from your mother.
It's nice. Right.
Yeah. Priceless stuff. Well, I hope she keeps driving you.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And I'm gonna keep driving you too because you're a funny guy. God Almighty, you're hilarious.
Appreciate you.
Well, look, is there anything you want to add before we wrap this thing up? Because I do want to stop the recording and off the air. I want to talk to you a little bit, but is there anything else you want to tell the people? It's Clovis, New Mexico, and you're doing gigs around, and I'll include your Facebook link, your YouTube link, and we're gonna get you up on Instagram and other places because we got to do that.
Right. I would like to break into the podcasting world, so if you can have me on more often, that'd be great.
We'll do that. We'll do that. Maybe we'll get on once a week or so. We'll get your latest, whatever. Because man, what I'm finding is not only are you funny, but you do all kinds of voices and stuff, and that's just great.
Yeah, I do a lot.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, the Asian lady and the even the mop bucket in the middle of the street.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And you really warmed a heart in my, special spot in my heart because you pissed off retarded cat.
Absolutely. Thank goodness it's still freedom of speech.
Hey, hang in there for a second. Thank you for being here, Larry. I'm going to stop the recording, but I want to talk to you for a little bit off the air.
Okay, let me tell them one thing first.
Go ahead. Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
I've got a show coming up in Portales, New Mexico. If you're anywhere in that area, I doubt it. But it's called Tokes and Jokes. It's a festival going on there. It starts at 7. Get your tickets. Get in there. Thank you.
Tokes and Jokes, man. Buddy, I'd be there. I don't have a problem.
Absolutely.
And I would inhale. I would inhale.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Scott.
All right, listen, let me stop the recording. I like it. Thank you so much for being here. And it's a pact. We'll catch up in a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. All right, hang in.
Thanks.